In this video, we're going to go through and just review a little bit about what we talked about in our last video and then take it to the next step. Now, if you remember, we came in and we predicted this market rally right to the date. And so we did that using the bar calculator. Remember, if we went from the top to the bottom and we calculated in there, that was 15 days. We then calculated this return, and then we calculated this one to this bottom here, which was exactly 15 days. So then we said, well, if it's going to hit 15 days, and this happened to be on the first of the month of the new quarter, so I was very confident that we would see a 15 bar down, just like we had on the first down, and then we would see that first rally. And so that's why we picked up some options and some additional positions on this market. Now, the question is this going to be just a counter trend or is it going to be a reversal? So this is an A, B, C, D pattern, as you can see here. If we come in just A, B, C, and this market came right down to, if you remember, we talked about the 130.9 being the golden ratio, and then the rally coming off of that golden ratio number, which of course was this exact same low over here that we come back and tested before. So that's what we were looking at. We were looking for the 15-day bar, the rally off of that bottom point. So the next thing we need to talk about, if we go ahead and delete that, we're going to come in and we're going to do one more bar count. Let's go from the bottom to the top of this retracement. Now, if you remember, that was 5 actual bars or 6 actual days. We have a weekend in there. So we need to look at this one here. We got the same thing going. So if we go out 5 actual bars or 6 actual days, we've got another couple of days of possibilities of some rallies in here if we repeat this same trend or if we repeat this same pattern. Now, what we oftentimes see is the market will come up, it'll break these blue lights, and then it'll retrace a little bit. And then if it's going to retrace or if it's going to be a full reversal, it will then break and rally higher. We don't oftentimes see a straight V-type rally where it just turns and goes right straight back up. Now, it doesn't mean it can't. Sometimes it does. That's why we have that term called a V recovery. But you'll notice that in here we have green volume, and the volume is increasing, but it's not as high as the volume was on the decreasing side. So we need to see some increasing volume. We need to see additional players come in here, and we do have a couple of days of upside potential. But my bet is that we'll see this thing come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll see it break the blue lights just as it did in this past trend, and then we'll see a retracement. We'll see the blue lights flip to the other side, and we'll have blue lights coming in on the underside, and we'll get a repeat of this same pattern right here. Now the question is, will it remain above the blue lights this time? Will it come back down, break the blue lights, and continue in a third drive down? That's the question that must be asked, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to wait. We're going to take a little bit of a profit out of these last couple of days rally on our options, just trying to capture that counter trend, because I think we're going to get a pullback against this one of these days here soon. And whether it comes back, breaks those blue lights, I don't know. We don't know what that's going to do. We're going to have to wait and see. But oftentimes we'll get that pullback, and then if it is a reversal, it won't break the blue lights. It will turn and rally once again. And now there won't be another set of blue lights in here because the blue lights will be coming in from the underside like this. All right. So we'll get a little rally, a pullback, and then you'll draw your trend line across those peaks in there. And that'll be your breaking of the entry, and we'll go long once again at that point. All right, so that'll be if it's a reversal. If it comes down and breaks those blue lights going to the other side, then we're going to have to look at this thing making another drop to the downside. So we'll have to take a look at that and see and wait. But this is what we're looking at right now, so we're right on track, doing exactly what we anticipated. The other stock I want to look at with you is the Bank Corp. Now, if you remember, we did a fundamental analysis view of this one using TradeMiner, and during the month of October, TradeMiner tells us that high probability that this market is going to see a nice rally through this time frame through into the 1st of November. So that's why we're looking bullish on this market, and we would look for the S&P to carry through with that to see that Bank Corp continue through as well if that market's going to run. We got a nice rally today. Of course, that's a little bit of pull through with the rest of the market, the S&P, but Bank Corp rallying as anticipated based on TradeMiner. So now we're going to jump over and take a look at the futures market. I want to kind of show you and highlight the day trading that went on today. This is the futures market, and of course we're coming in here and looking at this. This is the opening bell, as you can see right down here. This is where the market broke open, broke higher here on the 2-minute chart. This is what it looked like on the 1-minute chart. Of course, the 2-minute chart has the bulls and bears, giving us the basically what I call the cheat codes to the market, where we get the red, yellow, and green, and the blue lights telling us the waves of the market as the market moves through price and time. This is on a 2-minute chart here on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side is the 1-minute chart, and we're just using the color codes of the Fibonacci bars, the red, yellow, and green, or excuse me, just the red and green in this case on the 1-minute chart, and then the ATR for the trailing stop. And so you can see in here, this is the same view, just at a little bit different time frame. We got the breaking of the A1, the A2, the A3, the B1 coming in here, and then the B1 failed at this point, and we no longer made any higher highs. So that was a failure of the B1 as it come down and broke those yellow dots, and the same thing happened here. Now, I personally traded this morning and had some nice profit out of this market on this first run, and I was real happy about that. Hit my daily goal, and you know, had to come back for more later. I turned off the computer, didn't turn off the computer, but closed the software, pulled it back up, started watching the demo account to see what the market was doing, and then I couldn't help myself. I thought, hey, this market's going to take off and run one more time, and so I opened up the real money account, started trading, took a couple of small losses, and lost a little bit of my profit, fell below my daily goal, and so I had to call it quits. But nonetheless, I know sometimes we get caught in these little sideways trends, anticipating a break and a rally. And you know, the lesson here is don't keep trying to go for those initial breakouts. Wait for that market to go, give us that first nice breakout, give us that retracement, and then get back into the market. So do as I say, not as I do. Sometimes I chase those A1s or those first breakouts as well, and twice today that burned me, and I ended up giving back a little bit to the market. You know what? Before we close out, I would just want to show you, a lot of people like to see from this break just to this blue light. We'll just go from blue light to blue light. Now this, of course, is the mini contract, not the micro. So the mini contract from blue light entry to blue light exit today on that first run was $2,125 was the profit potential. Of course, that number doesn't represent commissions and fees, but that was with a $500 investment. Okay, and that was in the mini. Now, if you'd have done the micro, it would have been a $100 investment, and it would have been a $212 move. All right, so that was the trading this morning out of the morning bell here on the S&P 500 in the futures market. If you want to get together and have me give you a little hand and help you get your software set up and get your account open and going so you can do a little bit of this yourself, let me know. I'm here to help.